to have my partner in crime, and we're going to be talking. We're going to be talking about how he survived a double uh, transplant. So, one second. I'm gonna let my guest put her phone on vibrate and come back in. And I'm gonna play my commercial. And by the time she come back, we'll be ready.
Cool.
Here we go. All right, hold tight. We'll be back. Okay. All right.
That's right. We're on live. We're gonna get this thing done one way or another. What's up to y'all?
What's up? Are you looking for a YouTube channel where you can learn a great deal about what it's like to be visually impaired? Well, look no further because Third Eye Visions is for you. Go to the YouTube channel, put in the search bar 3RD EYE Visions / Anthony. That's Third Eye Visions / Anthony, and you will find all the videos that will be very educational and worth watching. Okay, welcome to Third Eye Visions. Are we ready yet? Letha, you ready?
Yes.
All right, Kendrick, are you ready?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
In the
Welcome.
paint.
All right. Welcome to Third Eye Visions, where we motivate the blind, stimulate your mind, and welcome all kind. How I survived a double transplant. Not me, not Aletha, but my man Ken. But before we do that, I want to welcome my girl back to the show. Aletha, how you doing today?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
Well, you really don't sound like you're doing good. Let me
Be
give you another.
here.
I mean, we have a vice president who's African American
I
slash Asian.
know, I know, I know, I
Definitely,
know.
you should be happy, man. I mean,
Yeah,
regardless of what the situation is, you gonna vote this year, Kendrick.
Yeah, of course.
What about you, Letha? You gonna vote?
absolutely.
Okay, well,
Absolutely.
good. Make sure y'all go out and vote. Although the topic is not about this, I just want to throw that in. We're gonna talk about that another time, but we're gonna talk about something that's very serious, transplant. And today, Letha, we have my man who I've been knowing for some time, Kendrick, and he's gonna talk about how he survived a double transplant. He's going to talk about what the transplant were. We're going to talk about how we felt during those times, if there was any time where they were the organs were rejected, and just get all into his business and his situation, and at the end possibly give some positives. So, are you ready, Alisa?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Well, why don't you do the honors of welcoming Kendrick to the Shizzo? Handle your business.
Hey, Kendrick, how you doing?
What's going on, y'all? What's going on, world?
Yeah, so when I heard your story, I was intrigued. I really, really was. Just wanting to know, how have you functioned through this time, and being able to survive that. A lot of people dealing with a double transplant is not up in the atom and looking as good as you, what I can
Yeah.
see. So
Yeah.
yeah, how did this all transpire?
First of all, I want to say thank you, God, for just having me here today because I went through a lot. I'm kind of out of the woods now, but the beginning stages was like, oh man, I kind of wasn't prepared, but my faith kept me strong. So, well, first of all, I was diagnosed 5 years ago with renal failure. I was placed on the transplant list 2016, but they took me off, so it stopped my time. And the reason they took me off because in order to be on the list, you have to be on dialysis first, and I wasn't. I was at I believe I was at stage 4, and it's like 5 stages. So anyway,
Mm,
I was on stage 4, so I wasn't eligible to get on dialysis, so they stopped my time. Plus, I was scared to get a they wanted me to get a heart cath. And for y'all who don't know that, what's a heart cath? It's like it tests your heart to see how much stress you can pretty much take or whatever.
Mm.
Mhm.
Because after the surgery, you are so drained. You know what I'm saying? Now I understand what the test was about. But and what happens is they give you this dye. They shoot this dye into your wrist, and what it does is it shows them like if you have any blockage in your heart or whatnot. But the side effect of that is that it actually places you on dialysis. You know what I'm saying? So I
Mhm.
was like, nah, I'm not gonna take that test because I'm not on dialysis right now. And if I was to take it, it'll put me on there. So no, I'm going to enjoy the rest of the time that the free
Mm.
time that I have. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
all together, I was on the list for like maybe like a year, I believe, before they had taken me off. So this November 2019, my renal doctor told me, well, Ken, it's time for you to prepare to go on dialysis or whatnot. November 2019, yeah.
Mhm.
And what a lot of people don't know is that it's more than just hemodialysis. They also have it to where you can do it at home. That was my first choice. I'm like, well, I don't want to be sitting in no clinic. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Everybody looking at you and stuff like that. I have a unique story if you got a minute.
We got this your
So
show.
okay, so what I wound up doing was I kind of I studied it first to see what it all what all it takes or whatever. So I went on ahead and signed up for the the in-home dialysis, but you have to go through training or whatnot. So I had I had got some surgery November the 9th. They placed these tubes like in my stomach. That's where they do the dialysis when you doing it at home or whatever. So that was in November. So January, they let me heal for like I believe it was like 6 to 8 weeks or something like that. You have to heal. So in January, I went through training where they show you, the steps and what you have to do at home or whatever. And by me being visually impaired, it was a little more harder because you gotta be very very careful with those tubes and stuff. You gotta pretty much know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Mhm.
And she was telling me that it is a couple of blind people that actually do it, but they have a little help as well, a little assistance. So I'm back staying with my mother and father at the moment, and they're of age or whatever. So we in training. I got to looking at this stuff. I was like, it's time consuming because you do it every day. Now, when I was studying for it, I didn't realize how much time that actually is. You're doing it every night, and it's like from I don't want to misquote it. I believe it's like from 6 to 8 hours. You on a machine at night, but you sleep.
Wow.
But you can pretty much do it, any time of the day or whatever. But it's every day, and it's like very tedious. You have to really know what you're doing with those tools. You can't hit it or whatever. If you hit it, it has a way that you can get infected and all that. Man, it's like it's a lot that I didn't really realize at the moment. So I got to thinking, I got to scratching my head. I'm like, man, it'd be kind of hard on my parents. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I'm taking from their life as well. You feel me? I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and go with the hemodialysis. It's easier for everybody. It's not as time consuming. You know what I'm saying? It's
Mhm.
3 days.
Mhm.
It's Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays, or you can do Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Either way. So in February I had the surgery to get the graft put in my arm or whatever. So from February until June, I was going 3 days a week up here in Baker
Mhm.
to dialysis or whatever. Man, it's like it drains you. Some days you just it's like it's mentally challenging too. Just thinking about like it like what today is. Today is Wednesday. So
Mhm.
I'd have been in the chair right now getting sucked off. That's what we call it, the clinic, getting sucked off.
Mhm.
Oh my
So
goodness.
they they cleaning your blood, but you getting sucked off in there. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But so all right,
Well,
so
Ken, I'm sorry to interrupt you. Can you explain a little bit about the graft? I'm kind of familiar with it a little bit.
no
And that's
problem.
the integral part of going to dialysis and being prepared for dialysis. So could you explain what the graft is?
Yeah, I can do more than that. I can show you actually, because the procedure
You
that I
still
had
have
done,
it?
yeah, it stays in your arm even though I'm not on dialysis anymore.
Hmm.
But the one that I have is like under my skin.
Hmm.
It's like the ones that's older or whatever. Because I believe it's the one. They say I was one of the first persons to actually get it in Louisiana. But I'm gonna show you my arm, where I was getting dialysis at. If you can see that,
Hmm.
you can't even see. You can pretty much see the tube a
It
little
just
bit.
looked like a big vein. Yeah. My
Exactly.
uncle had it. My uncle had it.
hmm And that's
Hmm.
actually better. But the clinic I was going to, they had never dealt with that, so it was times where they was sticking me, and they really didn't know. They really couldn't get it or whatever. So I had a vast calf. They start you off with a vast calf
Hmm.
or whatever, so to allow your arm to heal or whatever. So once your arm healed, that's when they start sticking you in your arm. That lasted for about like 6 weeks. They give you like 6 to 8 weeks to heal your arm or whatnot
Hmm.
with the vast cap and the graft or whatever. But what that does is it takes your blood out, it filters it basically, you know what I'm saying? And it puts it back in your body. But if you take too much fluid off your body, man, it's like having a heart attack. You know what I'm saying? It's like putting stress on your heart or whatever. For people who don't
Oh
know
man.
how serious dialysis is. And they had a couple of people that actually passed away at the clinic that I was going to. You know what I'm saying? Because their blood pressure went down too low.
While they were on the dialysis machine.
Right, it was
Yeah.
on the machine. Yeah. It happens like frequently. You don't really hear about it like talking about, but it happens.
Oh wow.
hmm
Now, as you were preparing, I guess, for the transplants and things of that nature, they said you couldn't get it until you had the dialysis. What was the next steps in terms of you getting ready uh, to get the transplant, and what type of transplant you had to go
Well,
through?
well, first of all, I had to make sure I had a caregiver, and my caregiver was my girlfriend. It's like
Mhm.
you have to have somebody there because you're gonna be in the hospital from up to like a week or two. I was in there for 2.5 weeks because I had a double transplant. But when you just having a regular kidney transplant, you in there for like about a week and a half, a week to a week and a half.
Mm.
Um, so I was getting my woman prepared, for that long stay. And it's like they don't give you a room. I had my transplant done at Tulane in New Orleans.
Mm.
They pretty good. They was real helpful, the nurses and doctors and stuff like that. But and then it's a mind thing too. You have to get prepared for that. They tell you the things that you kind of already, but they don't prepare you for a lot of stuff I didn't know that I was gonna be dealing with. It's like I woke up with tubes in my nose. I had a tube in my nose. I had a
Mm.
tube in my mouth. It was a lot of I was sick. You know what I'm saying? I had never vomited that much in my life. It's
Mm.
like, oh man, then it's like it had me like really, really weak. My stamina, all that was gone. It was in the toilet. I couldn't really walk. But preparing for it, back to the question that you had asked,
Mm.
it's like it was basically mentally. Cause they tell you in the beginning, make sure you have a backpack because they can call you any time of the day. One time I actually went twice. The first time I went, they called me at it might have been like 7 at night.
Mm.
Unexpectedly. You ready, Kendrick? I'm like, ready for what? We found a donor, meaning that somebody had, passed away or whatnot, and they was an organ
Hmm.
donor.
Mm.
You in luck. We found somebody. It's a match. I'm
Mm.
I'm excited. I didn't have no backpack, so I rushed and got a bag, with some, underclothes and stuff
Yeah.
like that. That's
Mm.
basically all you need. Your insurance card and license and stuff like that. So I get down there and stuff. I get the IV hooked up, everything. I actually went to dialysis the next day. Everything going good.
Mm.
What happened with mine was his pancreas, it was a guy. His pancreas wasn't healthy enough. They
Mm.
Yeah, so what they do is basically they took the kidney out, but they had left the pancreas in or whatnot. I believe that's how it went. I can't remember.
Mm.
But after they wind up seeing the pancreas and examining it or whatnot, they figured that it wasn't healthy enough for me, and they didn't want to risk putting it in me and it reject, and they have to open me back up, and you know what I'm saying.
Right.
So I thanked them for that because they could have just went ahead and went with it. and they would have rejected it or not, and I'd be going through the same procedure. So long story short, not to hold anybody up.
No, no. But before
Um,
you, no, before you go there, just hold that thought. How did you feel at that time? Once you, I mean, you were excited about it, and then once you got down, you found out that the pancreas didn't match, but the kidney
man,
did. How did you feel? Tell us,
I
tell
was I,
everybody how you.
I was so disappointed because I had called everybody and was like telling them about the transplant. I'm gonna get a kidney and a pancreas. Oh man, we praying for you, yada yada yada. And it's like when they came with that news, I was just like I was devastated. I'm like, man, I gotta call all these people back and tell them I ain't get it. You know what
Mm,
I'm saying? That was
no.
the first thing that went through my mind. But then I'm like, keep the faith, Ken. It's it wasn't your time yet, but God still got you. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
It wasn't for me at the moment. And I was thankful that it wasn't. You know what I'm saying? Because like I was just saying, it could have rejected and I'd have been going through a whole lot of, more stuff.
Right,
Mhm.
right.
So I always believe everything happened for a reason. It wasn't my time yet.
Mm-hmm.
So after that happened, I was just like, okay, back to the drawing board. I gotta get sucked off again. Back to the dialysis clinic and stuff. I go back to the clinic that Monday. They like, what happened? I had to explain all that. It wasn't my time.
Mm-hmm.
The pancreas wasn't healthy. So that's pretty much it though. But I kept the faith because it didn't take long afterwards. It might have been like a month maybe afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
See, once your name pops up, it's like that. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna take long because you're on top of the list.
Wow.
Mhm.
So you have any questions, real quick, Alita?
I mean, I really just wanted to know, like, a little bit more in depth about, how you felt like after, each one of the transplants, if they were a month apart. Like, I mean, when you got your kidney transplant, when you got that, did it make you feel better after a little bit? Did it make you feel better that you did have those better organs in you?
Mm-hmm.
How was your body able to acclimate to that? Did you feel the difference and stuff and whatnot?
But let me correct you. Maybe I didn't explain it. The first time I went, it wasn't, well, how to say it, wasn't the pancreas wasn't healthy enough, so I didn't get anything the first time I went.
Oh, okay. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
this was in May. This was in May. So I went
Okay.
back. Yeah, I went back with nothing. I went back with what I had in me. You know what I'm saying? So I came
Okay.
back. I came back home. To bake or whatever. So then they called me like maybe have been 3.5 to 4 weeks approximately,
Mm-hmm.
and that's when I received my blessing from God. Pancreas and the kidney, everything checked out.
Okay.
Now,
So
after, huh?
yeah, go ahead and tell us, like, how did you feel afterwards? And
I was no lie. I can't sit here and say that I was, 100% like confident. I was kind of scared, because I had never had major surgery done before. I was just like, I was wondering. I was like, which I kept praying, but I'm just being realistic. I was like, man, I hope it don't reject. You know, but I had a good team. I had a good woman. You know what I'm saying, next to me, or whatever. And that's another key. Having somebody there with you. You know what I'm saying, to keep you like up. Keep you up, keep your spirits up.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and some motivation. Cause I got 3 children. To look forward to. So I had motivation to get out of there. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Definitely,
Mm-hmm.
because I was definitely going to ask, with you being a visually impaired person, going through the diabetes, then going through the transplants, and then going through rejection. I mean, that had to have taken a toll on you. And thank goodness you had a supporting cast beside you and whatnot. But I've always known you for a high spirited person, and I can
Mm-hmm.
tell that even before you had the problems with your kidneys, you were still high spirited. You was always again in a good mood because I worked with you and just laughing and I wanted to definitely bring you on so that you can let people know that you go through things and whatnot, but still if you have great spirit and you maintain that, you definitely can. It'll help the transition that you're going through much easier to deal with. Am I
Yeah.
right?
Oh, you're absolutely right. And another thing I want to say,
Mhm.
it kind of when I was in that bed, like I said, I was in the bed for like 2.5 weeks, pretty much recovering and healing up. I just had time to sit back and think about a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I just never think this much as my life at one time. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
it kind of like it matured me in a way that I can't even explain because I was just so used to doing the wrong things. I was just like, you know what? I get out of here. I'm gonna change this. I'm gonna be a better father, son, friend.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Boyfriend. It just made me think about life different. That's what changed from
Mhm.
the time I went in, from the time I went out. It's like I'm a different person. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate the little things now more. You
Yeah,
know.
that's right. I feel you on that. And this also. Oh, were you through?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay. This also, Leith, I want to mention too that's why it's good to. I'm telling you, this is a prime example of why you should become an organ donor. And because you
Yeah.
definitely can save lives, and in this case, it's
yeah.
definitely saved life. For Kendrick and a lot of others and whatnot. But
It's,
you
yeah,
have
because
any?
I actually, not to cut you off, Park. I actually well, I didn't write, but I was telling her I was translating to her to write it. She typed it up for me. They give you the person's family information just in case you may want to write them and thank you, for doing, for being
Yeah,
like you
yeah.
said, organ donor. And I did
Mhm.
that, man. It's like because without that person, man, I'll still be at that clinic. Just thinking about it just makes me kind of emotional. But I'll be at that clinic still getting sucked off 3 days a week, just feeling miserable. I still be sticking myself twice a day with shots.
Mhm.
And with the transplant, a lot of people don't know what it is. What it is an organ that breaks down the carbohydrates in your body. Everybody's pretty much born with one, but as a diabetic, type 2 diabetes, theirs doesn't work 100%. So they're really not insulin dependent. Like they don't have to take shots, they take pills. Type 1 is the one that you need insulin in your body. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks for clearing that up.
You have
Thank
to
you.
inject, yeah, you have to inject
Yeah.
insulin in your body to break down the carbohydrates. And that's the one that I was, type 1. So by me getting a transplant, it's like it makes it to where I won't have to take shots anymore, you know. So
Mhm.
I'm very grateful for that.
I'm grateful for you too, man, because I love you. I know I never told you, but man. I ain't about to turn this into a sentimental show, but man,
Yeah.
thanks for coming and sharing your story. Alita, you want to say something?
No, I just wanted to say, you're one of the people why I believe in God, why I believe,
Mm-hmm.
miracles really happen because regardless of them having a match, anything could have happened. And
Mm-hmm.
then you getting this transplant, a double transplant in the midst of a pandemic that is
Yeah.
very dangerous to all of us,
Yep.
but you especially being just having this transplant, I know God is real and I know He is a keeper. And so
Yeah.
you are one of the reasons why, we can trust and believe that He is real and He is a keeper and He'll take care of you. And
And
so I really, really am happy that I was able to even be in the midst of this interview
Hmm.
and to just say, I'll be praying for you myself. And I
thank you so
thank
much.
God that you were able to pull through and that family was able to give
Yep.
you a better lease on life.
Yeah.
A gift. Yeah, we call it a gift.
Yeah, it
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
is.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Well, Kendra, you want to close out? Because I know you guys got somewhere to go. You want to close out, and then I'm gonna let my side kick say some. You have anything you want to say, Kendra?
Yeah, man. I want to thank everybody, everyone who prayed for me while I was going through what I was going through. God is real. He may not come when you want, but he always on time. You know what I'm saying?
That's real talk.
And it's also about being patient.
Yep.
We want things when we want them. We are so impatient. Everything is so fast now. You want fast food, you want fast money.
Yep.
But if you be patient and wait and just have faith, that's another thing. You have to have faith. You got to believe. You know what I'm saying? Faith is like something that you believe in that you can't see. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But you believe. So I want to say, once again, thank you for all the prayers that were sent to me. I haven't gotten back to everybody yet. I've been so busy. But another thing I want to say is that anybody who's on the list, it'll come.
Mhm.
Just be patient. It'll come. When it's your time, it's your time. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. I feel you
Yeah.
on that. Well, before we close, I want to say thanks to the people that have been watching. Ezekiel Johnson just stated that he knows what you're going through. He went through the same thing. I understand. That's one of my great supporters. He does a lot of cooking. Simpson Anderson, Tawanda Sims, Cassandra, a couple of others. Y'all, thanks for viewing the show, and thanks Kendrick for coming on. Alita, go ahead. What you have to say, sweetie?
No, just if you like, share, and subscribe. Third Eye Visions, Anthony Parker and Aletha Donaldson. Subscribe to our channel, and just thank you for viewing and thank you for being here.
Yeah, definitely y'all support, and definitely, man. So, if you're not an organ donor, please. Cause I'm one. Are you one, Alita? I want to put you on the spot first.
I am.
If you're not, y'all, this is the reason why you should be an organ donor, man. Because it's definitely saved my man's life, man. Believe me.
Yeah, man.
Yep. So, with that being said, y'all support Aletha's channel. Again, it's Aletha. Spell it for him.
ALEATHADONALDSON.
Definitely, she's definitely on the move, man. Y'all need to support this one as well. She's definitely on the move doing things. And Kendrick, anytime you want to come back to the show, man, the doors are wide open. If you want to talk about whatever, because I know you're into music. If you want to talk about that, whatever, you're welcome. You're welcome to come back. I'm glad that you chose this platform to share your story.
And I appreciate the opportunity, man. Like you said, the music. I just figured, I didn't say anything about it because it wasn't time yet. So we'll get to the business.
Okay, no problem. Okay, well, we're gonna say goodbye, and y'all definitely until next time, y'all. Please support, please subscribe, please. I'm telling y'all, so don't just sit up here and listen to the shows and y'all not gonna subscribe and get more. Because I'm gonna stop pacing. I'm gonna stop doing this thing because it's not for me. It's for you all. So with that being said, I love y'all. I'm gone. Thanks, Aletha.
Yes. See you later. Bye.